So Rutvik Mishra invited me to his house to have a listen to the ER4XR, which is roughly priced at around $300.
Yeah, kind of.
And around 30,000 rupees is here in India, which is kind of a tough ask for a earphone that is retailing at around $23,000 at max, if we count in the inflation and stuff. Let's compare the ER4XR with the ER4P. I had the ER4P. It was bought in, I think, 2011, 2012 at max, and it was priced at around 150 euros in Italy, and this is slightly more expensive than that, but still then both use the similar drivers. They are single BA and are supposed to be successor to the ER4P, but do they sound better than the ER4P? And the short answer will be yes, maybe if you are more into a bit more bass, if you like a bit more musical feel to it, then yes, maybe the ER4XR can succeed the ER4P, which was slightly on the analytical side. It was a bit more about details, and even Ritvik can testify that this one sounds a bit hollow, and that's where this thing really bites the dust, to be precise. This is not very dynamic or cohesive by any means. It sounds good with the low end, but after the low end there isn't anything spectacular about it. It just does not have that kind of involving nature to it. It just do not feel that intriguing. It does not have that kind of intricacy to it. It feels good. Yes, I'll not say that it does not have that kind of details or lacks somewhere, but it just, the stage which is not expanded enough, it does not involve you. It does not give you that kind of experience that we expect from a $300 earphone. Man, come on, that's $300, and even this one that is 10 years old has better stage, better depth, better involving nature to it. The cohesion is there. It feels a bit more involved. You feel like, yeah, you are somewhere and things are placed at their position. They are not pushed back. Whereas in the ER4XR, there is a central element to it, which is occupying most of the stage. It feels a bit hollowed at there, and all the instruments are pushed back. They do not have that kind of reach. You really feel that those notes are not really deep enough. They are good, but for the price, I'll say okay, it's okay at best. Now, why do I have this? The ATH IM03, which is similarly old, around 7 years old model. I bought it in 2019 for a very good price from China, and this uses more drivers, no doubts about that. It has three BA drivers for the whole spectrum, one for bass, one for mid, one for high. Nice. And was retailing for around $200-300, and that was a good price for it, I believe, back in 2019. And even today, this is a fantastic earphone. Yes, there is a small problem, and that Ritvik will also testify that there is a small peak in the upper mid lower treble region, which gives a bit more tingliness to a particular kind of instrument, or else this just simply is superior to the ER4XR. ER4XR is good with this. This is similarly good, and it has much better dynamics to it. It has that involving factor, bigger stage, much bigger stage to be precise. It has around 50-60% better depth to it, whereas the ER4XR feels really lacking with depth, and that is kind of bothering. You are paying $300 and you see that there's good height but no depth. Man, that's really put someone off like me. I've heard a lot of earphones, and some $100 earphones does better than ER4XR, and that's a shame for ET, to be precise. And That's where the IM03 kicks in. It has much better, I'll not say technicality, because both are good with technicality, but the stage is more appropriate, the stage is more expanded, it feels a bit more involving and musical, to be precise. Both are not bass heavy or anything at all, but the XR is less involving, whereas the IM03 is more involving, and that is the thing that really sets this apart. You are not spending less. Definitely people will like the ER2XR over the ER4 because it's a bit more involving, a bit more fun, and is priced really low at $100. Look at this. Obviously people are liking this more than the XR, and that is the only reason I can see, because or else the ER4XR has more details, no doubts about that, but then it's the price, $300 for something that is lacking at a vital part of the spectrum, vital part of the stage. That's kind of unacceptable. Nevertheless, that is that. We cannot fight ET. It is ET. Obviously ET heads might want to kill me for this, but nevertheless, if you have a ET ER4SR or ER4P or ER4PT, you just simply do not need to go for the ER4XR or ER4SR. You just simply need to avoid those. This is, even though is a good successor for those who want a bit more fun kind of sound, it is not a very good successor when it comes to wholesome amount of details and that involving factor, that the cohesion. It's okay at best. And for this, I would like to thank Jitesh.
Yes, Jitesh.
And Rutvik Mishra, who is the source here, who loaned it from Jitesh, and I'm here talking about the IEMs, and this is it. I think this is good enough, and I think I touched everything. There isn't any comparison, there isn't anything lacking with the mid-range or treble extension and everything. Those things are there is no doubt about that, but it's the stage and that involving factor which is missing with the ER4XR and is with the ER4P and IM03. That's it guys, thank you for watching, have a nice day, enjoy.